What's up, guys? I'm Alan Branch from Project 49, and today we've got an epic Q&A on nutrition with my man, Andrew Slater, live from Bodyhealth. I'm in Gatlinburg, Tennessee today. Andrew, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I am in sunny Clearwater, Florida today. I think it's almost 90 degrees out today, sun shining, beautiful winter day here in Florida.
Sounds dreary and treacherous.
Oh my God, it's just, I don't know how I do this.
Okay, so today, guys, welcome to the broadcast. If you're coming in, if you're brand new and you've never seen one of our videos, just comment below. Let us know that you're here. Say hello. If you have any questions, make sure you post them. I'll be checking them from my phone and from our comment section here. And we want to answer any questions that you have about Perfect Amino. And we're going to be talking about nutrition and lots of other things. So, Andrew, you know this, and anybody that is part of our training community, whether they're in Project 49, whether they go to our gym, whether they're involved with any of my online programs, they know that being protein focused is the most important part of our meal plan. And we know that if you're over 35 and you're not getting enough protein and you're not resistance training, you're losing lean muscle mass, and this is crippling fitness results. So you've been testimony to some of our results and some of the stuff that we get, and it's borderline amazing, but it's really not that complicated because we just have a good system. And part of that system is making sure that people are getting adequate protein. So our people are taught that, having the right tuna or steak or chicken or fish or eggs are all great protein sources. But I recently learned from you guys a couple months back that there's a reason why that is not optimal, and that's something called amino acid utilization. So if you could talk about protein, I'm just throwing you on the spot here, aren't I? Talk about protein, how it breaks down, how your body uses it, and why it's difficult to get too much.
Well, first of all, this is an epic live nutrition Q&A, so there's no on the spot.
No,
we promised epic information for your followers. So yeah, and what you just shared, that's a really great reason why Bodyhealth is really so happy to be able to work with the whole Project 49 Fitness One community, whether it's the people who you do online work with or the people who are in your facility, because your program is so protein focused. It's not just protein focused, but it's result focused, it's reality focused, it's longevity focused, being able to sustain those results. So I don't get shocked or amazed by the results your guys produce. And it's not that they're not producing amazing results. They are. But I've been here with Bodyhealth for 2.5 years now. I've been in nutrition for 24 years. I've been in nutritional coaching in some way, shape, or form. So I'm really used to when people follow the plan, they get the results.
You did make a comment, though, because I asked you, and I said, you deal with plans and workout systems all over the world.
Right.
And you said that none are as consistent across the board.
Absolutely.
With all age groups as mine.
It's not the results, it's the consistency of the results. Because, you don't just have a program for people, you actually have a community, a lifestyle support where they can get all of the training, all of the resources that they need so that they can actually get the results that they want finally without, failing in the diet cycle over and over and over again, as most people do. You actually set them up for success. You actually teach them the skills that they need to be able to get the results that they want and maintain it. And you deal with a group of people who you identify with because you're in that age group too, and you've actually gone through the 35 and up time frame where you've had the ability to learn what works and what doesn't work, and then finding Perfect Amino and seeing how that actually fills in a gap nutritionally, not just for you and for your clients, but period. It really is the perfect amino supplementation that you can put in your body. What's your question? I see it on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I want to back up and make sure we go into that protein thing? Because I kind of disrupted your train of thought there. Yeah.
You want to talk about this for the people who haven't
first I
tried it
want to
yet?
talk about the foods and why that amino acid breakdown makes it difficult to get enough protein without getting too many calories.
Can I just tell the people who are listening live something real quick?
Absolutely.
If you have a question, you probably want to like get in the queue and ask, because the general manager here heard, I don't know if you saw my post, heard we were doing a live Q&A with the Project49 group. He's like, dude, you got to give these away. 600 count bottles of Perfect Amino, retail price $144. But you got to be asking a question for me to answer on this video.
Oh, so the trick is you have to ask a question to be able to win. And it has to be a legitimate question about Perfect Amino.
Yes.
It can't say, you know, why.
It can't be, how do you get your head so shiny, Andrew?
Right, that's what I was going to ask. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the amino acid utilization a little bit, because we learned that when I'm eating even a high quality protein source, like even something like an egg white, the best I'm going to get is like 47% of the protein.
No, not even on an egg white, because you lose a lot of utilization.
Or the egg, I'm sorry.
When you get rid of the yolk.
The egg as a whole, I'm sorry.
Right. So, yeah, not all proteins created equal. And it's a major misconception when it comes to nutrition, because people deal with protein like the protein in a steak is equivalent to the protein in chicken, and it's equivalent to the protein in collagen, and it's equivalent to the protein in vegetables, and it's equivalent to the protein in branched chain amino acids. Now, when you're comparing protein to protein, yeah, okay, so protein is protein. You know, it's just a combination of amino acids. But the thing is that not all proteins are equivalent in the body when it comes to the most important thing that you eat a protein for. So why you eat a protein is because what your body does is it breaks down the amino acids into individual components. And then your body takes the essential amino acids, which are the ones that your body can't build or synthesize or manufacture, or at least not in the quantities that your body needs them. And it takes them and combines them to make proteins in the body. So that's the purpose of an essential amino acid. Your body needs 20-something amino acids to build a protein. You'll make 14 of them. The rest of them you got to get through diet. You'll get it in meat. You'll get it in chicken. You'll get it in fish. But we like to explain it that building a protein in the body is like building a bicycle, okay? So one protein source may have all of the parts you need to build a bicycle, say chicken. But what it's got in there is maybe 4 seats, 1 seat post, 8 wheels, 3 frames, and 1 handlebar. Well, you have everything you need to build a bicycle, and you're going to build it, but you only got that 1 handlebar. So you're going to build 1 bike, and now you got all these spare parts. And that's how protein works in the body. The spare parts in the body, that's the portion that gets converted into energy and creates nitrogen that then has to be processed by your organs, which can be taxing on the body. Now, I'm not saying go stop eating food and just take Perfect Amino. That's not the purpose of this conversation. Purpose of this conversation is for you to realize not all proteins are created equal. And for the purpose of being able to get past the what you deal with as you age, which is losing muscle mass, or what you deal with when you're trying to lose weight, which is decreasing body fat, increasing muscle mass, or when you're just trying to maintain lean mass as you age. And body proteins do a lot more than just muscle, because body proteins are also hair, skin, nails. If you're having trouble with your skin, you know, you're getting wrinkled skin, you know, maybe you got spots on your skin, you got spider webs, a little saggy, you're starting to get crepe skin, that's proteins. Your hair's not as thick and lustrous as it used to be, that's body proteins. Your nails aren't growing in strong and thick and hard, they're getting a little brittle. That's body proteins. Hormones, neurotransmitters, enzymes. If you're having a problem digesting food, that's because your body's having trouble creating the right body proteins to create the enzymes and the hormones and the peptides to digest foods. If you're not sleeping well enough, there is a good chance your body's missing adequate quantities of the right proteins to create the right hormones that you need to sleep. So what Perfect Amino does is Perfect Amino gives you the 8 essential amino acids in the exact proportion that your body uses them to create a protein. Literally 1 for 1, 99% utilized, as opposed to, you mentioned an egg, whole eggs, 47% utilized. There's a big difference there. Most people didn't realize less than half an egg is utilized in the body, the protein in it. And that's the best protein that you eat is eggs. Meat, fish, eggs, 37%. Collagen, whey protein, those are all 17% and less. Plants, 1% to 17%. So what Perfect Amino does is it gives your body the ability to have the raw ingredients that it needs to build a strong foundation of success when it comes to creating proteins in the body, like muscle, like hair, like skin, like nails. It helps you build lean mass quicker, helps you recover from workouts quicker, and it helps your body maintain that level of lean mass as you age.
We've got a ton of people already taking the product, a lot of great results. Okay, so I want to break it down in a simpler form even than what you just did. So it can be gotten from your diet.
Yes.
But trying to figure out the exact balance while not trying to get too many calories is very complicated.
It is.
So what we recommend, our meal plan is when you're weight loss, trying to build lean muscle. That's our weight loss plan, because my view is that if you're overweight, you're not fat, you're under muscled. So I'm not telling anybody they're fat, they're under muscled.
I like that.
Before there was an adipose tissue problem, before there was a fat tissue problem, there was a muscle problem.
Yeah.
When you see people 40 years old that are 60 pounds overweight with a giant stomach and they can barely walk, there was a muscle problem before. They didn't just get up one day like that.
Absolutely.
Muscle decline from inactivity, the metabolic rate, the metabolism slowed down, and they weren't consuming enough protein to maintain their muscle tissue. So our weight loss program is to gain muscle. The goal is to create a caloric deficit without reaching a nutrition deficiency while getting adequate protein.
How do you do that? How do you do that with food?
With Perfect Amino. No, right. No, seriously. Here's why. Could it be done? Yeah, yes. Maybe, but the goal is to get 100% optimized. So instead of playing games with it, I could eat, say a pound of tuna is 100 grams of protein, and I could have that and a chicken breast and 2 to 3 servings of Perfect Amino, easily get a gram for every pound of body weight. But here's where I think people are missing. Could I get it in my diet? Well, if you look at my tuna and it says 1 pound is 100 grams, but I'm only absorbing how much of that?
A small portion.
Right. So I use the Perfect Amino to counterbalance.
Right.
And help me reach optimization. Now, guys, if you're joining us, here's what we're doing. We're talking to my buddy Andrew from Bodyhealth. We met a couple months ago. They are now sponsoring.
March. It's been more than a couple months.
Wow. See, look, we have an anniversary.
It's like 8 months.
Yeah, it's good. And since then, we've gotten together. He's now sponsoring Project49. He is now helping sponsor Fitness One, and they're discounting the products for all of our people. And I just love the service they give us. So many people are taking the product. We wanted to field it. Man, you talk about questions. They are just building up. So we got to start.
Are they? Wow.
Here's the thing.
I love some questions. That's what this is all about. This wasn't even for us to blab. This was for their questions.
Yeah, but I like to blab a little.
I know.
So
we always got so much to talk about.
I do.
So who are you going to pick first? I'll give a bottle away.
Don't give a bottle away yet. Make them wait a little longer.
Just the first one. The last one they got to wait for.
So the first person that I click is going to get a bottle.
Yep.
You can't put me on that spot. You got to listen to a couple of questions, and then you got to pick. Okay. So
let me see the questions.
Here we go. Let's hit them. Oh my gosh. We'll start with Ekta. So our question is, why do I see most of the ingredients are in the chemical form rather than natural?
Are you, Ekta, is she live right now? She can answer the questions?
Yes,
She's referring to the Perfect Amino?
I think so.
Okay, so there's actually everything in it is natural. In the Perfect Amino tablets, there is absolutely nothing but essential amino acids. And they're not in their chemical form, they're actually in their crystalline form, which means that they've been extracted from plants, and we use gluten-free, rice-free, soy-free, wheat-free, non-GMO plants to extract our essential amino acids out of. So a lot of people look at it and they see names of amino acids and they think chemicals, but it's really not. It's just proteins in their base form, in their individual units. And then in the powder and the tablets, we don't add anything else. There's no, unlike any other tablet on the market, there's no flow agents, there's no coating, there's no sweetener, there's no extender, there's no excipient. It is nothing but those essential amino acids, which is fantastic. So if you're like really concerned about what you're putting in your body, like me, because I'm non-GMO, gluten-free, I avoid grains, I'm pretty much totally organic. You know, this is a great product for me because there's nothing in there I have to be concerned about. The powdered version, of course, we can't just make it the raw powder. We've got to have some type of flavor in there. There's got to be some type of sweetener in there. But even there, we're not using chemicals. We're using natural flavoring, and we're using a natural sugar-free sweetener. So that is a really great question. So Ekta, I already know what your address is. I know you've bought from us. I've sent you some stuff before. I got this bottle with your name on it. Did I answer your question?
I think you did. And she was the first one to ask the question, so I think that was fair.
Hold on.
People are making a comment that there's a lot of background noise that's a little harder to hear you.
I'm going to do my best, guys. I do apologize for that, but I am in the office, so it's kind of hard to find a quiet spot here.
That's
but
right there.
I'll do my best by cupping my microphone.
Okay. Here's another one. I currently take Perfect Amino twice a day, morning and later. If I find my schedule to be hectic, could I drink another service as a meal replacement, or is there a better option that is healthy and can provide the same amount of protein? Amy, I think you're going to have to clarify, what do you mean another service? Serving. Maybe she meant serving.
So if I understand the question correctly, so morning, I find my schedule to be hectic, drink another serving as a meal replacement. You can have another serving. Having another serving is really going to help, especially if it's midday, if things are hectic and you're having a hard time during that period of time to get actual food in, calories in, to get protein in, so that you're hitting your protein numbers for the day. You can have another serving, but I wouldn't ever consider Perfect Amino a meal replacement because you're not getting what you need in a meal, which is macros. There's no fiber in there. There's no healthy fats in there. So if there is circumstances where you think you may need Perfect Amino to hold you over as a snack or as a meal, in those cases, I would recommend our Perfect Amino Power Meal, which has a serving and a half per serving, and it's a really great protein shake, super clean. I didn't even know this, but Alan hadn't even tried it. I just had to send him some. He's been asking me, hey, what's this power meal everybody's talking about?
And we're going to talk about the carb intake on that too, because we don't recommend that people eat additional carbohydrates, but what they don't understand is there is still a limit. There is a window, and there are some people who will do better with a few more carbohydrates. What we don't recommend is that they come from white, starchy sources that they're coming from. And what people aren't grasping is that Perfect Meal is fortified with Perfect Amino, so you're getting more than a protein replacement. And
can we hold off right there? Because there were actually several questions I got from a lot of your clients about the Power Meal. especially when it comes to protein and carbs. So maybe if we just take a moment right there, I could go over those questions with everybody real quick.
You know them?
What's that?
You know what you're going to answer?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, we've got questions lined up.
Oh, let's go then. Go.
Oh, that's an important one. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, let's do it. All right. So I've gotten questions about the carbs in Perfect Amino Power Meal because it seems a little high, especially for you guys. And we don't use a traditional carb in our Perfect Amino Power Meal. We use a special carbohydrate, which is preferred among clean, low-calorie, keto-friendly products called Carb 10, made by a company called Compound Solutions. So the amount of carbohydrates may seem a little high, but the very unique thing about Carb 10 is that you can actually maintain your fasted state and you can maintain ketosis with up to 50 plus grams in a serving of Carb 10. So it allows us to actually have that carbohydrate that we need in the shake because of all the dense nutrients in there. We need the carbohydrate, which is a protein delivery vehicle in the body, and we put just enough in so that you could utilize all of the proteins and healthy fats. And that would be the one thing that I would recommend, that if you're going over your carbs on, that you should consider that to be safe because it's not a conventional carb in there. And then also I've gotten a lot of questions about, well, why do you put pea protein and MCT oil in the power meal? Because you always say not to mix Perfect Amino with other fats and proteins. And that's actually a really brilliant observation. Because it's a meal replacement, we can't just stick with the Perfect Amino because there's no calories in it. So we can't have a meal replacement with no calories. So we add a little bit of pea protein in there, which is really great protein source. And we add the MCT oil in there, which is really great for brain health, for cognitive function, and is going to help keep you fuller longer. And we add 1.5 servings because you're going to lose a little utilization with the pea protein, a little utilization with the MCT oil. And those are the questions that I have built up from the power meal.
Okay, good. And it's good stuff too, by the way. Haven't been able to give you my feedback yet. So we'll go through these kind of quick. Michelle, she's taking now 3 times a day. Should you move up over time? Can I answer this one?
Yeah.
All right. So Michelle, the max is going to depend on how much protein you're eating. So we've got people that are vegans that aren't really getting any protein at all. Theirs is going to be more. We need you to be shooting for your target, which is 1 gram of protein per pound body weight. 3 times a day, I'm going to say, is probably okay if you're eating meat. Andrew, would you go to 4 for a 160-pound female?
I wouldn't tell her to avoid it. When it comes to extra servings, it's really like how much are you willing to put in you? Because sometimes it's not easy getting the extra servings in, and sometimes it doesn't work for people financially. But all of our studies show that you could put 5-6 servings a day in your body, and you are going to benefit from it.
Good.
So if you are on a weight loss plan, if you are on a muscle gain plan, if you have any type of chronic or inflammatory condition, and you're taking Perfect Amino, I always recommend that while you're on the plan, you boost it up to 3, 4, 5 servings a day.
This one's an easy one.
Yes.
Absolutely, Lashonda. She says, I don't have my powder yet. One is not better than the other. Preference of taste. If we increase the Perfect Amino, do we go ahead, Andrew?
So you can take 1 serving at a time, but we've found that if you're going to increase what you're taking, you're actually going to do better if you double up and do 2 servings at a time. 1 serving is going to give your body just enough material to start initiating protein synthesis and creating proteins in the body. And it's really the baseline of what your body needs. And if you take 2 servings at a time, you're really capitalizing on all of those processes that happen in the body during protein synthesis.
Sweet.
And on that one, just to add another question, don't break your servings up. So if you're taking the tablets, don't take like 2 tablets now, 2 tablets this afternoon, 1 tablet this evening. You need all 5. You've got to get a whole serving in at a time, or you're not putting enough raw material in your body for your body to be able to do much with it.
Okay. Next one. I hate I'm looking at my phone too, but there's people in another group that are asking questions that aren't showing up here.
Let's get to them.
Miriam.
Is it possible to take too many perfect amino?
That I think.
By the way, my connection is bad where I am, trying hard to listen. Miriam, if you don't hear the answer to this, you could just shoot me a message in the group and I'll get back to you. It is possible to take too many because your body can only process a certain amount of protein in a 24-hour period, but you really need to be at 6, 7, 8 servings a day before you even get into that territory. So if you're just like taking a few servings a day up to 5, 6, you're fine.
Okay, so guys, keep asking your questions here. We've got people on another page that are also asking. So I think we just answered this. Carly Wynn is one of our regular people, and she came. I've seen Perfect Amino compared to various proteins. How's the absorption of Perfect Amino compared to lean meat protein specifically? And that is 99% compared to 47 or less.
Right.
Okay.
So, you could just look at the bottle because we have the breakdown. So you could just look at your bottle and you could see how it compares to other proteins.
Okay. Jody Martin, will Perfect Amino work for joint issues?
Yes.
I got to put something in on this. Have you spoken to Karen?
I don't believe so.
Are you sure? Okay, so she's one of our Inner Circle members. She has rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes.
Did you speak to her?
I don't remember if I spoke to her
until you
told me.
Wait till you see this testimonial. Unbelievable. What has happened? All of her numbers are down. She feels great. She gets up in the morning. She does her workout. Her strength's returning. She's toning up. Everything she wanted. And I really think, of course, following a planned, appropriate dosage of resistance training is big. But without that Perfect Amino, I don't think she could have done it. So anyway, Jody's question, will Perfect Amino work for joint issues? If so, how much and how often do you take it?
I would definitely put that in you're dealing with some type of chronic inflammatory condition. You want to be able to you want to be taking whatever dosage Alan recommends for you to hit your protein numbers every day. And then you want to take additional 1 to 2 servings a day to compensate for the inflammation that you're having in your body. And you probably also want to consider this product. It's our brand new product, H2 Infuse. It's a molecular hydrogen product. I'm going to be talking more about that product with you as time goes on. If you're on our newsletter, you probably just got an email about it. And next to Perfect Amino, it is one of the best things that we have for inflammation, along with our anti-inflammation product, Inflamoris.
There's some questions coming on that too.
Yeah.
Robbie from Washington. How important is it to take Perfect Amino in the window prescribed on the bottle, 20 minutes before protein intake or 1 to 2 hours after protein intake?
It's not the end of the world if you can't make those time frames. Those time frames are really just for best practices to get the most out of your product. And that all has to do with the protein utilization, because food has to be digested, which takes hours in the body. You need to wait 2.5 hours after eating food before you take Perfect Amino, or it's going to be mixing with other amino acids in your body. It's going to break down the utilization. But if that's the best you could do, because that's what time gives you for that day, it's better than not taking it at all. You may end up with 80% utilization and not 99% utilization. And then on the other side, because Perfect Amino is not digested, it's in your bloodstream within 23 minutes. You just need to wait a little while after taking it before you have another protein. And again, if you can't do that because time doesn't permit, it's not the end of the world. It's still going to work.
Okay, so if you're joining us late, guys, we're talking to Andrew from Bodyhealth. We're talking about this product that so many of our members, clients, and online people all over the country are taking. And the goal of the product is more than weight loss. Weight loss is easy. If you're following one of our plans, you are protein focused on your meal plan. You've got strength training as your workout. You do your intervals for fat loss. So it's an easy plan. What's not easy is getting enough protein in the right amounts to maintain and grow or cause protein synthesis to occur and to gain lean muscle. You're just not getting it.
Right.
Perfect Amino is solving the ultimate dilemma for everybody in fitness, which is get enough protein so you can gain muscle, and it does it at 2 calories a serving. That's why we're talking about it. So Bonnie wants to know, that was a pretty good, wasn't it? Did you like that?
That was a great question.
Bonnie says, why do I need to take collagen if I'm taking Perfect Amino?
You don't.
And because?
Because collagen, first of all, collagen's not a complete protein. You're not going to build muscle taking collagen, and consuming collagen will not build collagen in your body. I'm sorry if that upsets anybody, because marketing and industry has led you to believe over the years that you can consume collagen and it will make collagen in the body. It doesn't work that way. You need a complete protein in your body to create a protein. And collagen is not a complete protein. There's no tryptophan in it, which means you cannot build or repair muscle in the body or build collagen in the body simply by having collagen. And there's an enormous amount of glycine in it, which makes it super high calorie. And all of that extra glycine is converting to sugar in your body.
I want to throw something in. You just made me think of it. You know, I don't know if I told you about this, but I was researching leucine, and I was looking at leucine as
viral prevention.
Important for muscle. Lysine is viral. Leucine for muscle.
Oh, yeah.
And so leucine, and I was listening to a doctor talk about it, so I ran to grab a bottle of Perfect Amino. First ingredient, leucine. Okay, I was like, huh. So then the other week, I was doing some more research on lysine for antiviral effects being used in treatment of you know what, and everything else, any other self-replicating virus. And lysine is our 4th ingredient of Perfect Amino. And then when I did my talk with Dr. Minkoff, he basically said it's kind of like a shield. I mean, you're getting all the best stuff that you can get to have your body ready for everything. So it's so much more than weight loss.
It is.
So Lynn says that I use Inflamarest and Perfect Amino. How often do I take each product?
Let's see here. What's the best way to answer that question? So the Perfect Amino, you want to take however Alan recommends that you take it.
Let me your protein goal, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, but you have to factor in absorption rate of meat. So let's say that you weigh 150 pounds and you were able to eat 150 grams of protein. The best you did was absorb half of that. So at very minimum, you would take enough Perfect Amino to counteract the difference and be sure that you are optimized. That's my answer.
Hold on. I'm actually, who asked that question?
That's Lynn Linville. She's a regular customer and is taking Inflamarest right now and Perfect Amino.
Linville. I just dropped a little link in the video post, and that's to a usage guide that we have for Inflamarest. So I would recommend that you take a look at that and see where you fit in that guide in the inflammation scale, and that's going to help you determine how much Inflamarest to take. And we've found that that guide perfectly represents what most people need to deal with the inflammation level that they're dealing with. And as that inflammation subsides, you can then go ahead and reduce your servings.
And I've got several questions from some of you guys that have just been answered because I'm scrolling through. Again, we've got questions coming in on 2 different Facebook pages. So I hope I'm not missing anybody on a 3rd page, but I can only check one at a time. Some of you guys that are asking about Perfect Amino, somebody asked about the joints. Somebody else asked some other things that we just answered, guys. So if I don't cover your question, it's only because of that. But Amber asked another question. Melissa asked another question about timing, and you've already covered that. So Carly wants to know how much chicken breast would someone need to eat to get as much protein as 1 serving of Perfect Amino. Can you do that? Is chicken complete?
Yes.
Okay, it's complete. So if 1 serving of Perfect Amino is 27 grams.
1 gram of Perfect Amino is equivalent to 3 grams of protein from chicken. So 1 serving is 5 grams. So 1 serving of Perfect Amino is equivalent to 15 grams, approximately, of protein from chicken.
1 serving?
1 serving is 5 grams. So, and that's 99% utilized. Chicken is, let's just call it 1/3 utilized. So you would need to multiply by 3.
Okay, so it would be 45 grams of chicken. No, it'd still be more than that, wouldn't it?
Times 3.
45. Oh my gosh. All right, we need to clarify that. We're gonna talk about that when this is over, because I want to make sure that number's right.
Yeah, let's get together on that, make sure that we got the right numbers, and then we'll maybe create a little guide and share it.
Here's one thing you can count on. It's going to be more calories than Perfect Amino.
Oh, yeah.
But one thing I do like, and this is real important, you guys. So we're still food first. You have to eat food.
I'm food first.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm Perfect Amino first, because that's the first thing I have.
You're fat. Yeah.
But I'm food centered first. I food prep once a week. I make mine and my wife's foods and snacks for the entire week. And I make sure that I'm getting in my adequate macro needs for the day. And I take my Perfect Amino 2 times a day, 2 servings twice a day. If I remember, I'll take 2 servings in the afternoon. That's regardless of whether I'm working out or anything, because for me, I know I need it as a daily supplement. And I know you're working with some people who they're just on maintenance now, and they're still taking the Perfect Amino, because it really is one of the best protein supplements that you could take.
And that's somebody else is saying something about the equivalents. We tried to simplify it so we can make it a little more complicated. But right now, like Leanne asked that, what you want to do is shoot for your body weight in protein, and then compensate with the difference. We'll answer that a little more. We'll answer it closer.
I think you and I just need to get together and get the numbers right, and then create a guide for everybody.
Exactly right, so that they understand because it's really simple, but if you want to get technical, we can, and like explain it even more so. But here's what's very interesting. If you're in this community and you're following this group, there's a lot of instruction going on. So these are people that are willing to sit and spend their time learning about stuff better than any group I've ever seen. So they ask some great questions.
Yeah, and those of you who don't know, Alan was generous enough to invite me into the various Facebook groups. So I'm in there. So if you have a question, you post it in the group, I'm going to make sure it gets answered.
Well, we love the product, but the customer service is what got me first.
We tried.
The idea of the product got me, but then the customer service, when I called in, that's what brought me in. Oh, is there a chance that you can introduce, while we're having this meeting, your girl that is on the page to everybody?
Katerina, you on the phone? Come here. I'm doing a live video with all of Alan's people. So those of you who have not met Katerina yet, so I got so busy working with you. Wait,
which way?
Wait,
no,
this
way.
So I got so busy working with you guys, I had to assign one of my coworkers as point. So she's on our wonderful customer delight team. We've got the angels here who answer the phones and take care of customer service. So I invited her into the group too. So if you ever have questions and Katerina answers them, or if you ever call, because I know a lot of you actually prefer to call in your orders because you really like that service. You like to get your questions answered. Ask for Katerina. Katerina is going to make sure you are taken care of. So,
and if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be.
I can't hear him, but it's okay.
She talked to me on the first day. I was telling everybody I was telling everyone how if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this connection, because you're the one I talked to on the very first day.
So sweet. Yeah, it was great. It was
So
great.
give everybody there. So the very first time that I called in and started asking questions, what was I like? And be honest.
I thought you were super passionate. I thought you were super driven, super motivated. And I was like, yeah, he needs to talk to Andrew. Absolutely.
And then she came right to me, Andrew, I just spoke to this guy, Alan. You got to look up his order, get his contact information, and reach out to him. I think our products are going to make such a difference with his clients.
So that was
And she was right.
tell her she did a good job.
So happy.
Great job.
All right.
High five.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
Can't hear, so I don't know.
He said thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay, back to the question. Jackie.
Thank you, Katerina.
Jackie takes 5 to 6 servings a day. Is that too much? Definitely.
No.
We've covered that.
Yep.
Lynn says that some of the products she's helped has helped someone with her diabetes.
That's really great.
Okay, so good question. And we got a couple minutes, and I think we've gotten through. Guys, if you have anything else, that's a bunch of questions. If you have anything else you want,
I wasn't expecting that.
yeah, it was good. If you have anything else you want to ask, hit my man up. Olivia wants to know more about the hydro.
The
H2 product. So I want to know more about that too, because we've got it. My wife started taking it. We're actually on vacation, and I'm in a hotel in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I stayed back because I didn't want to miss the call. I just like to talk. Maybe that's what it is. But she's been taking that, and I haven't started yet. So I want to know more information on it. If you can take a minute and just cover it, guys. Yeah. This is an important one.
Yeah, it really is. So hydrogen is one of the base elements in the body. So life would not exist without hydrogen. And it's so important to overall health. Some quick things about it: supplementing with molecular hydrogen. It's got little or no side effects. It's gentle, it's effective, and it's one of the most powerful antioxidants that you could put in your body. It helps reduce and prevent oxidative stress. It reduces inflammation. It improves athletic performance. It reduces the risk and symptoms of neurodegenerative diseases. And it's an effective treatment for most chronic and inflammatory diseases. And all of those are claims that are backed by actual science and an extensive amount of it. It's so easy to use. You take one tablet, you drop it in pure water. It takes about a minute for it to dissolve, and then you got to chug it down, because what it's doing is it's forming into hydrogen gas suspended in the water. So as soon as that tablet's dissolved, you want to drink that. Don't let it sit there. Don't sip it throughout the day. I'm going to get a little bit more technical, because I actually did the research to come up with the usage guide for it.
Looks like Alka-Seltzer in the bottle.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like any kind of effervescent drink. It doesn't really have much of a flavor. I do not recommend that you mix it with anything, because it really needs that pure matrix of just nothing but water to create molecular hydrogen. So to get into a little bit more advanced knowledge of how this product makes a difference for you guys, is what molecular hydrogen does in the body is it regulates the uptake and synthesis in the body of glutathione, which is your body's major antioxidant. And it helps your body deal with inflammation, and it also helps your body rid itself of toxic substances within your body, like heavy metals, pesticides, toxins, drugs, anything like that. In your body, you have an enzyme called COX-2. It's produced within the body, and it's highly influential in initiating inflammatory responses in the body. So anytime you're actually dealing with inflammation in the body, what's happening is this enzyme is being created called COX-2, and it actually inhibits, molecular hydrogen will inhibit the synthesis and uptake of that COX-2 enzyme, creating a shield against inflammation in the body, almost putting a barrier right in the middle of the pathway that leads to inflammation. And exercise in general, you guys are all exercising, you're exercising a lot, you're doing workouts that can be pretty stressful on the body. And exercise creates a cascade of inflammatory processes within the body. So having this product as part of your recovery protocol is definitely going to help you with the recovery. It's going to help you with inflammation. It's going to help with muscle fatigue, and it's going to help with recovery. And then the fourth really great point about the product, why it makes a difference for you guys, is that in the body you have a protein called NRF2. NRF2 is produced by the body, and it helps facilitate antioxidant proteins that form as a protective barrier within the body, preventing oxidative damage to cells caused by exercise, caused by injury, caused by chronic inflammation. And H2 infused works to both increase that NRF2 production and enhance the NRF2 pathways, decreasing the pain and discomfort associated with exercise and minimizing your recovery time. And everybody should be raising your hands when I say, who wants quicker recovery times from their workouts? I know I do, and I know you guys do. Highly recommend you try the product. We just put it on sale. I think it's like $10 off right now. And your Project49 code, your VIP code, gets you guys 15% off for the next week instead of 10%. So now is a great time to try a product like H2 or to stock up and save, because our next big sale is probably not going to be till Black Friday.
So that's a good discount.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have any taste.
No.
Maybe it's almost like there might be a
Charcoal.
Huh?
Charcoal, chalky.
Yeah, it's almost like a tiny hint of like an aspirin or something. So what should you feel? Should you feel any different?
I know I do when I take it. I just turned 52 years old. I know I don't look at it. So, I'm dealing with some inflammation in my life. I actually have some injuries in my elbow from a failed shoulder surgery. So I deal with some inflammation in my body. And the first thing that I notice in the morning is that I get, when you're dealing with inflammation in the body, when you feel it the most is in the morning when you wake up. And I find that when I have that first thing in the morning, it helps me get past that period of time my body needs to warm up and minimize any inflammation that's created in my body overnight. And when I do work out, and I take that before and after my workout, I find that I get better results, I recover quicker, and I don't deal with the fatigue that I was dealing with prior to taking that as part of my workout protocol.
And I think that a lot of this is about optimizing everything.
Yeah.
So if I can, if somebody says Perfect Amino, I think it's a very inexpensive product, but it's really cheap compared to buying chicken.
True.
Or buying steak, so buying protein servings. So, but what it's about is figuring out what you need to optimize, because we're on God doesn't promise tomorrow. You're on a day-by-day thing. So you're going to optimize every day to be the best you can be. And little things if you're somebody, especially that works out a lot, doesn't recover, or you're prone to inflammation, dang, it's a simple thing to try. But let's go a little deeper. Greg wants to know, he said he was prescribed to take drugs daily for hip pain. He doesn't like taking them. Would Inflamarest provide the relief for my degenerative hip so I wouldn't have to take the meloxicam?
I'm not a doctor, so of course I'm not going to tell you to drop your doctor's recommended prescription and switch to Inflamarest. I think it can make a huge difference for you. I think a three-prong approach with supplementation, Perfect Amino, Inflamarest, and the H2 infused, I think that you can actually provide your body with what it needs to be able to deal with it naturally. And you can work with your doctor in conjunction with taking those and find a way to wean yourself off over a period of time, that works for you, and see if it's something that's actually going to replace what you're taking, which, frankly, is probably something that's causing a cascade of complications in the body over the course of time.
Yeah, good answer. And you kind of think of what can we affect? So if I've got a degenerative hip, I can't just heal it, right? I can't just, I can't do that. So what can I do? I can lose excess weight. I can get inflammation down in the body. I can strengthen all of the body to the best range of motion that I can. I can remain flexible. I can do massage or self-myofascial release. I can do all these things to address as many of the symptoms as I can to alleviate. And what if it was something like, you got down to where you could get away with taking it only when really necessary, like you were able to go a few days without it. And I've had clients do that, they train and they take the right products, and then all of a sudden they're not taking medicine, and then if it really flares up, they may take it. But that's better than every day. So
listen, I'm not going to knock modern medicine, but when it comes down to it, the third leading cause of death in the United States, statistically speaking, is iatrogenic illnesses, which are those caused by modern medicine, which are usually a result of medications or procedures that cause more harm than good. And that is the third leading cause of death in the US. So I have to take with a grain of salt anything a doctor is saying. I think taking a drug to mask symptoms is one of the worst things that you could do with the body. And the best thing you could do is get at the root cause, deal with it with your lifestyle, deal with it with exercise, deal with it with healthy supplementation, and when and where needed, and under a doctor's recommendation, take the medication that you need short term to cause the corrections in your body. And I know there's circumstances where you have to take a medication. Listen, if I had a bacterial infection in the beginning of the year, I had to take an antibiotic. I just had to. I had a fever of 100 plus that lasted for 13 days. I had to be on an antibiotic. But listen, I knew what to do. I took my Perfect Amino. I took my magnesium. I was taking digestive support. I was taking probiotics. And I know that taking that antibiotic caused grave harm to my digestive system and to natural processes in my body. But I was aware of that going into it. And I had the ability to actually make sure that I was creating a protective shield to my body. And then I looked at my immunity protocol, and I was able to add some supplements to that so that I can try and create a stronger shield the next time I came in contact with some type of contaminant.
Well, I think in a lot of cases, the medicine is used as a crutch.
Right.
So just eat whatever I want and do whatever I want because I can take the medicine and that lowers my symptoms. And that's very similar to how I look at people in typical fitness training programs. I challenge anybody to try to produce the kind of before and afters we produce as quickly as we do them.
Consistently.
I want to see it. Do it. But there's a reason why it happens so quickly. It's because we're not addressing the symptom. Doing cardio is addressing the symptom in a very poor way, but you're trying to burn off excess adipose tissue that is basically a waste byproduct of crap that you have eaten that you didn't need.
Right.
That's what you're wearing. So instead of dealing with that, let's go to the root cause, build some lean muscle, speed up the metabolism, and fix what's coming down the pipe. And if you fix those two things, you don't have to do the cardio. It happens. So
hey, do you have any questions on deck? Because I got another bottle to give away.
Any questions on that? But see, you're putting me on the spot because we've already answered so many questions.
I know, but I know you got at least one question on deck.
Okay. I'm looking at both things. Next question to pop through that's legit that I see gets the bottle. And I'm looking, and I'm sorry if there's a delay, but the next one that I see pop either in the Facebook group or on here, and I know there is a delay, so I'm sorry. But fortunately, Andrew does great giveaways every time we do a live video. I'm just waiting. There's a delay, so who's ever pops in first. And Andrew, as always, thanks for taking the time today to answer all these questions.
Oh, hey, man, this is my pleasure.
This is kind of
Hey, while you're waiting for a question, I want to go through real quick the questions I've been getting to see if there's anything that I've been getting lots of questions on that I've missed.
I don't know if anybody heard me. The next question
gets a $144 bottle, 600 count of Perfect Amino tablets. I can't believe there's been like 100 questions. Now it's silent.
No, they're starting to come right now.
Yeah.
He said, I've won enough. He's not even going to try. He said they've been so good to you, he doesn't want to do it.
Who's that?
Casey, Captain America.
I'm hooking Casey up.
All right, so I got hit at the yikes, almost at the exact same time I got two questions. I don't know what to do. So, Andrew, I'm going to ask you to I'm going to put you on the spot, ask you to break the rules and get another bottle and get one of these each, even if I have to pay for it.
The boss is gone for the day. I'll do it.
Okay, because I don't want to let either one of them down. First, Leanne. Good job, Leanne. You got in. Andrew, can this help me with sleep?
Absolutely. But I also recommend our Healthy Sleep Ultra. Healthy Sleep Ultra is going to give you that extra boost that you need, help your body actually regulate healthy sleep cycles. It's not going to put you to sleep, but it's going to help you sleep deeper and get better sleep without waking up feeling groggy. And you know what? I'm going to actually send you one of those along with the Perfect Amino so you can try.
Attaboy. Good service. Okay, my man Greg, he also got a question at the same time. Can you explain what you meant the other day? And Greg, are you talking to Andrew or me on this? Can you explain what you meant the other day by supplementing our protein in our meal by taking Perfect Amino with your meals?
That was me. That was me.
Example, target protein per meal, 50 grams. Meal example, 4 eggs equals 28 grams. So should I take a serving of Perfect Amino to attain my 50 target?
Absolutely. Okay. And that's one of those circumstances. And I was trying to explain that in the group. And I know it's kind of hard because we tell people don't take Perfect Amino with fats and protein. But say you're having dinner, you know you're behind on your protein. You need to make up for it. Have a couple of scoops of Perfect Amino XP with your dinner. Sure, you're not going to utilize it 99%, but you're going to take that 50-gram protein dinner, and instead of utilizing 25 grams of that, you may utilize 45 grams of that instead because you're adding a high utilization protein, which is going to bring up the average. So sure, it's not ideal. I do not recommend mixing food with Perfect Amino, but there are circumstances where it actually works to your benefit to mix Perfect Amino with food. And I hope that makes sense.
And I brought that up originally because I want a target goal for the men of up to 50 grams. Now, Greg, that is a 30 to 50, but 50 is what's recommended to optimize it because I know you're not getting the absorption the way that you think you are, and that's why we go a little bit higher. One question real quick from Mandy. So Greg got hooked up with a bottle.
Oh, Greg. Wait, Greg who?
Greg Plaskett. I want to take care of him. And Mandy wanted to know, does the sleep medicine have melatonin in it?
Yes.
Okay.
It has got vitamin B6, vitamin C, taurine, theanine, glycine, 5-HTP, L-glutamine, and melatonin. Okay. In a veggie cap, vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, plant-based, keto, paleo, sugar-free.
Great day. So much. All right, guys, do me a favor right now. Everybody click love on the video. I found out the other day that Facebook likes loving comments.
Ooh,
it builds the algorithm.
I didn't know that.
More people see it. So click a little heart right now. I want to see them flying across the stage, across the phone, and across, even if you click the heart like 10 times. And make sure you put a comment in here now thanking Andrew for spending his time today. If you're in our inner circle, Andrew.
Also, if you're in our inner circle, send a shout out to Chris Alexander. He's the GM here, and he contributed the bottles that I gave away today.
Nice. Look at the little hearts.
Look at the hearts. Look at all that love.
I love it. Okay. Thanks for doing that. And click like on the post so that we, or click the heart, like it, so that we get people get it seen. So today we combined, a lot of people in the inner circle had individual questions. And then we also have people in the Project 49 community that were asking questions. And now you've got people from our gym and others that are following me to see what the heck is going on over here. So we kind of combined everything today. And since I'm on vacation, I'm asking the inner circle to give me a break from my 8 p.m. It'll be the first one I've missed since July. And I'll be back on Monday night, but this is kind of one that helped everybody. Did you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, just real quick. I just want to remind everybody, I know you dropped the link down there to the VIP page we set up for you. I don't want you guys to forget Project 49. It's usually 10%. That discount code gets you 15% off for the next week. And I think that'll probably be our last big sale opportunity till Black Friday. So it's a good stock up code.
And that's good for anybody that wants that.
Anybody.
Okay, good. So yeah, guys, definitely take advantage of that. Michelle said, go back on vacation. It's important that I take care of you, Michelle. So I had to do it. My wife went for a hike with her friend, and they'll be back soon, I guess. And we'll get back out in the middle of Gatlinburg and do something. So this was important, though. I want to make sure it was done. Guys, any questions, anything that you want to add, you can comment. If you're in our free Facebook group, the Project 49 community, Andrew's in there. If you're in our Inner Circle coaching program, Andrew's in there. So you can literally post, ask a question, tag him, and he is like lightning. Him or Katarina One will answer that for us. Anything you want to add to this, Andrew?
No, thank you so much for your time, and thank you everybody for taking the time to chime in and keep me busy with those questions during work hours.
It was good. The questions were pulling today, and they were good questions too.
You thought nobody'd be on at 5 o'clock?
No, I thought the earlier session would be harder than Look, here's what we got. We got this group of people that are knowledge hungry now, because we do these coaching calls twice a week, every week, and we're constantly hitting them with stuff. So now what's cool is we're creating an army of people who actually know how to think.
Yeah.
And I love the questions. It used to be, before I started Project 49, one of my biggest complaints was nobody asks me anything. It's like, don't you people want to know stuff? And these people definitely want to know.
They want to know. And you're giving them juicy nuggets.
It is. And it's good. And it's working. And that's the important thing. So guys, we're out. Thanks again to Andrew. Thanks for joining us today. Yes, lots of love for everybody, and we will see you all on our next video. Take it easy.